Good morning, everybody. I've actually been thinking about this topic for about 2 weeks. And I got sick, didn't have a voice. So I was like, well, I'll wait till after. I'll wait till, a little bit. And I got busy. And then, things happened this week. And it seems even more appropriate that I talk about it. So, you better be ready when you pick a side. And I can relate hugely to this, and I'm not even going to tell my story about it, but there's one thing to when you take that commitment to Jesus, that personal relationship, there's a switch. There's a switch at that point, and you become a target. And everything and anything will be thrown at you. So I think my experience has been a little bit different than most. Like, a lot of stories you hear about, somebody was in jail, in trouble, drug addiction, something occurred to slide them to finally see Jesus as the way, right? There was something, a catalyst. So for me, that wasn't the case. I grew up in the church. It wasn't strict or anything, but I platonically knew Jesus at that point, I guess I would say. And then, and then throughout my military career, I wasn't a huge church guy. And then, all the way through my last appointment, my last duty station. So it's when I had Big Squid, who's now 15, right? That kind of, more and more got me thinking about the family and the direction, right? And so in 2014, we moved up north of Dallas, just into the country. So I was traveling as a consultant, so it didn't really matter, right? Live anywhere I want as long as I get to the airport. And so, we've seen the videos of our old place. Got a great house. Not workable land, but an acre lot. But I was able to do a lot with it, and we got invited to a local startup church, and that started growing, that relationship, that was already there. So, I didn't need anything to push me to it or slide me to it. It was there. And so, but there was a moment after probably about a half a year where I remember consciously saying, man, this is it. And like, I'm dedicating my life to you. I want to know you. I want to have time with you. I want to have a part of you. And if I had one of my other phones, I could show you like the family picture at the time. I mean, everything up to this point is going great. Great job. Great family. Back at Everett are like 6 and 3, 6 and 4, right? Like, work's going great. I'm killing it. Family's going great. You know, we're looking at having a third. Where I live is amazing, right? Like, everything's great. And then at that point where I made that commitment, that's when the arrows started to get flung, right? Now, you know, some of them subtle, some of them deeper, you know, but really the crux of things that led to losing Victor, my first son who was stillborn, which was absolutely like devastating, right? In that same time period, the partner of the PPD that I was working with, you know, started kind of more or less like needling me on everything, and he was a flippin' idiot. Like, he couldn't comprehend a quarter of what I was even thinking. You know, at the same time as that, had a neighbor in that area who was an absolute nutbag, start just attacking other neighbors too, but me and even my ex-wife, and you know, it was just the all point sides. And I mean, I can continue on, right? I can continue on to 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day later, we lost our second son, right? And I really feel like that's the nail that broke me. I was teetering brokenness that year before, and I even sat there after finding out that my ex was pregnant with Noah, and I already knew he was gone. And I'm going to do a video about gifts, because I need to talk about something I've experienced my entire life, and I want to hear, you know, I'd love to hear, you know, things from other people too. But I mean, I sat there knowing we were going to lose him the exact same way. And exactly the same type of loss with him. So, you know, now I look back, you know, on a lot of this stuff, and like, I can see the attacks for what they were, which is attacks, right? But where did they really start? I mean, when I was kind of doing my thing, like, everything was good. Everything was good. Like, you know, no worries in the world. As soon though as I made that commitment, I made that shift, like, that's when all of it started, you you know. And I, you know, not to belittle like other experiences at all by, you know, something harrowing or troubling that leads you to it, because hey, we all want it led there somehow anyway. Like, it doesn't matter how you get there. It was completely different for me. But what happened with me is I wasn't prepared for the attacks. I wasn't ready. I didn't expect them. And so with the way that you know, faith in Jesus is really being pressed into what you're even seeing in daily life. You know, I want you to know that, like, listen, don't expect everything to be peachy when you make that call. I mean, it caught me by off guard. It was something that I did not expect, and it almost killed me. So, just want to leave it with that. Have a great weekend. I'll try to do some other stuff this weekend. So, take care.